Hello guys, welcome again, new live stream. Let's start with Bitcoin. Okay, we have this drop, remember last week? Actually very happy, right? I'm very happy because I was in short here, exactly here, and I closed my position around here. Around $27,000, 700, 800, around there. Um, and I mean, after that, I am just flat, waiting for actually a bounce. I am looking for a bounce right now. So the thing here is, Bitcoin must hold this area around $25,000, 26. This area is very, 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 very important actually for Bitcoin holding this area because if Bitcoin lose this area, well, we can start talking about maybe Bitcoin will hit around 23K and 20K. So this is the last hover bulls. If Bitcoin is gonna bounce here, I mean, of course not now, but is must hold this level, and after that, potentially we can start looking for a range between $28,000 and $26,000. That is the best scenario. But if Bitcoin breaks this level, we are gonna have Bitcoin is gonna be actually in a big problem because the next level should be around $23,000 500. If this area breaks, well, the next level is gonna be 20K. And here 20K, my friend, is I said before, I said many times all this year, 20K is the key level. Any closing weekly basis, I would not consider any candle less than that. I mean, smaller than that. If I don't see Bitcoin closing, as long as Bitcoin is above 20K in the macro timeframes, everything should be fine. But level by level. Right now here, Bitcoin is holding around $26,000. Yes, the last time when we saw this area, this one is big WAP. So as you can see here, big WAP here is the last time when Bitcoin tested this big WAP was in June, and now in September, well, almost September, right? 1 week left. Bitcoin is testing this big WAP again. Now, I am not looking for shorts anymore. Mhm. I have to be honest. Of course, here I will not open a short. No, no, thank you. Actually, I'm looking for longs. If Bitcoin drops here, it's okay. I will not take a short. I will just wait for the next long position. Why? Because Bitcoin, technically speaking, is still in uptrend. Not very healthy as I said before, but it's still in uptrend. So if you see right now in 4 hour chart, we are gonna have a sell signals very soon, as you can see here. Sell line is about to be tested here. Even with the buy signal here this weekend, Bitcoin is just wasting time here, right? It's wasting time here again. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see again $25,000 for 800, 700 tested around this area. But as long as Bitcoin is holding this box, I am looking for longs. Okay, I am looking for longs. But in 4 hour chart, there is no buy signal right now. I mean, the time is over. I mean, technically speaking, for example, if you open a long position around maybe $26,000 right now, well, in my case, I will just cancel this position. Why? In 4 hour chart, of course, because this is gonna keep dropping. Potential new lows? Maybe yes, maybe. Why I'm saying this is because we don't have volatile variance in any time frame. We don't have volatile variance in 12-hour chart. We don't have volatile variance in 1-day chart. Bitcoin this weekend just we did something very interesting. Now we have invalidation. We don't have volatile variance in 1-day chart. Officially, Bitcoin is turning very hard to the downside. So there is no buy signal right now in any time frame. Volume also is destroyed. So Bitcoin, the best thing can do Bitcoin right now is stay using sideways here for all the week, all the rest of the week. I mean, all the week. Maybe around Wednesday, Tuesday, something like that. Potentially we can see a bounce, and that's it. Okay. So that is the thing. Okay. So let's talk about the monthly because the monthly is coming. The monthly is coming, and for this monthly chart, I'm gonna use, of course, the moving average. Usually I use my moving average. Let me show you here. As you can see here, Bitcoin looks like actually it's gonna test the ME55 again, and this is not healthy. Yeah, I need to tell you right now. This is the first time in the history of Bitcoin. You see the chart, of course, following my system, right? Following system of trading. This is the first time for Bitcoin following this system of trading. It starts in the center line here, as you can see here, this one and this one, and we have again here, because this month we are gonna see the close, yes. If you see the past, yeah, Bitcoin never tested two times the MA55 before. Two times, I mean, in a very short term period. Let me show you here. Here, satellite testing here, Bitcoin was very far away from the MI55. The MI55 was around $224, and here Bitcoin was at 1,000, no, $500 around there. In 2019, Bitcoin MI55 was at 4,800, and Bitcoin was around 11,500. And here, this is my concern. Let me show you here. My concern is this one. Bitcoin testing the center line here, and Bitcoin actually is about to test the MI55 the monthly. So this is actually the first time I see Bitcoin doing this. Typically, right, in one day chart and other smaller time frames, when I see this kind of things, usually is a sell signal. Is something actually Bitcoin is not doing good. And technically speaking, if I can say right now, something looks like this is a bull trap in the monthly. I am not saying new lows, no, but at least other test to the basement around maybe $17,000, $18,000 by the end of the year, potentially yes. Remember this, if in a couple of months, yes, I mean October, November, we will see something like this, a sell signal, something like this, yes, maybe by the end of the year. And potentially here we will see at when you see this, well, there is a very good chance Bitcoin will it's gonna be below. um, it's not gonna be above the MI55 anymore. I think the best scenario is for Bitcoin is to stay around 18K, 20K, and potentially double bottom, maybe. But for now, this is actually a warning for all the bulls out there. You are still bullish, perfect, but fair enough. But at least the rest of the year, I think Bitcoin is gonna be just bearish. If I show you the bi-weekly chart, we have a new close actually. Sorry, the 5-day chart, we have a new close in 5-day chart. And what is this? Finally, we have the confirmation, various variance and volatility expanding. And this is not good for Bitcoin, because now Bitcoin is actually close below here, the MA55, as you can see here. So this week is the week. This week is the week. If we don't see this week closing above $27,000 500 around here, so Bitcoin must bounce this week and close this week around here, yes, about the MI55, Bitcoin is gonna be in trouble. Okay. Bitcoin, for example, yesterday the past is this one, right? Bitcoin tested here at MI55, and after next week, major bounce. So something like that we have to see this week. So right now, Bitcoin is technically it's not breaking, not yet the MI55, but what you want to see is this week, you want to see a bounce here, and not just a bounce. You want to see Bitcoin closing even better, actually around $28,000, 200, 300. It will be better above the all moving average. And yes, from there we can start looking for continuation. But as I said many times, all this year, Bitcoin is actually was building this setup. It's a better setup here. We have a better variance with volatility contracting here. So there is a very good chance if we don't see Bitcoin closing above 28K, for example, this week, yes, we will see continuation. And this drop is going to be, because this drop, my friend, is just the beginning. This is the beginning. If we don't see this close this week, you will see another red candle like this. Another red candle like this. Okay, and that is gonna be super bearish, because Bitcoin, that means Bitcoin will just break all the structure here, and Of course, this area will not hold. Actually, will not hold, and you will see like technically a double bottom, something like that. So level by level, as I said before. But I think this week, the best thing Bitcoin can do right now is just holding this area, looking for a bounce, and that bounce, honestly, for me, it's gonna be a sell. I'm gonna open a short. Seriously, I'm gonna open a short. But if I am wrong with this, Bitcoin must stay about 28k and close the candle about 28k this week. Okay, so if we don't see that close this week, that's it. That is over. So my major concern, as I said before, is monthly. If monthly, look at the performance here. You can open your trading view and you can see it by yourself, right? So it's the first time Bitcoin actually is breaking M55 and testing again M55 in just 5 months. Uh-huh. This is not very healthy. This is not healthy. There is a very good chance Bitcoin could break the M55. If Bitcoin breaks M55, for example, this month in this week, right, breaks and close below there, even it's gonna be worse. I said before, I'm still thinking Bitcoin actually from the bottom. I'm still thinking, but when I see the setup and also I see the volatility contraction like this one, right? Because volatility is super low in FIDE chart, and also we see weekly chart with sell signal is still present. This is still a long way, as you can see here. Maybe in November we will have a buy signal in weekly basis, and volatility contracting like this is not a good signal, my friend. So why? Because in average, when we see this kind of volatility contractions in higher time frames, this is telling me Bitcoin actually is gonna move very hard, very hard, but maybe not in the direction you want it, maybe not in the direction you are expecting. That's why I said many times we are not in a bull market, not yet. We are in now the first phase of this potential bull market, where first of all is reversal, second is consolidation, yes, without making new lows, and after that finally bull run. But we have to wait, it will take time. So for now, as you can see here, this is looking more like a bull trap right now. Just how you can see, just pay attention, watch the moving average here. Moving average are contracting here, as you can see here, and also the slope of all the moving average, they are changing. The slope is getting negative. This is actually a momentum is turning to the downside. So that's why I'm happy, because I said before, a few months before, I said, hey, we are going to have a second chance and the last chance to buy Bitcoin and altcoins again, very cheap. So maybe this is, so for many people, this is not like they would be scared. Oh my god, right? Oh my god, because I bought a 35k, I bought a 30k or whatever. In my case, I'm still waiting. Remember, this game is about waiting. You have to be patient. So if everything is okay, I will be very happy to buy Bitcoin at 20k, honestly, at 21k again. But as I said before, not because I see the price here, that means, oh yeah, all in. I have to see actually if I see a bullish setups, for example, something like this, right? We have a bullish divergence from this point and this point and this point and this point, and also in OBB at the same time, right? We have a bullish divergence, all of this, right? So that's why I bought here in this area, looking for a bounce. Right now, here we have the opposite. We have exactly the same setup right now here. We have the same setup, but for bears. We have a bearish divergence in weekly basis, and also FIDE chart is more clear. So that's why be happy, because in the next 3 or 4 months we are gonna have an opportunity to buy again. So Eugene, thank you for joining. $27,000, potentially, maybe yes, but honestly I don't think so, at least not for now, because there is no volume, as you can see here. ADX is about 23 level, so it's very hard for Bitcoin actually to bounce right now. The best scenario right now for Bitcoin is just sideways here, sideways, yes, reset the indicators, and after maybe we see a reset in the indicators, yes, potentially we can start looking for a bounce. But you're right about something. It's gonna be a bounce, and after that, continuation. So if I am wrong with this, Bitcoin must do something like this again, something like this, right? You see, crash, and after that, bounce. The biggest difference between this price action, and this one is, well, as you can see, Bitcoin was just slowly dropping, right? Very, very slowly. It was dropping. So bears and bulls, they were just fighting here. Here, no. This red candle usually means actually bears are in control in this case. And also because there is no volume, there is nothing here. And also here we have a Bollinger variance, as you can see here, from this point and this point, this point and this point, and we have Bollinger variance. That's why I said, hey, potentially we will see a bounce to M55, and after that we see an extension. So the thing here, we don't have any setup. We don't have Bollinger variance here. We don't have anything here. So if we see today chart, for example, today chart volume is garbage as well. We don't have Bollinger variance. We have, as I said before, careful here because your buy signal in today chart, it could be a phase signal. As you can see here, it's a phase signal. So through the chart, let me show you here. It's still volatility contracting here. And as you can see, OPP is below zero line. So technically speaking, Bitcoin is bearish in all the time frames. I mean, I'm talking about volume, I'm talking about other indicators, but technically speaking, of course, it's in uptrend. It's still, as long as it's about 25K. In the moment when you see Bitcoin closing, not testing, closing below 25K, for example, 24, 23, technically speaking, it's gonna be bearish. And yes, we will see in some point this year 20K or even less actually. Sorry. So as you can see here, that is the technical analysis for Bitcoin. Give me 1 second. Okay, guys, sorry. Now one recommendation I have for you, I know you didn't ask me, but don't always when I see this kind of drop or bounce, people they are or extremely bullish or extremely bearish, right? For example, then you say, you know what? Hopefully we see 12K or 15K. Probabilities are very low. I have to be honest with you. They are very low. There are some conditions you have to see in the market to see 15K. First of all, for example, you didn't ask me what my criteria, right? But for example, first of all, I want to see Bitcoin closing below the monthly MA55. Yeah, for example, this month, right? Closing below the MA55 plus a sell signal here in monthly. Yes, I will start looking for 17K. Yes, with the momentum to the downside. Sorry, my cats. Let me just close the door. Sorry, guys. I have a new member, and she is crazy. She's just 3 months. Oh my god, it's a mess. No. Okay, never mind. So let's continue here. My criteria for this is very simple. And now Bitcoin in August, as you can see here, we see actually the line testing here. Bitcoin is not bouncing, as you can see here. This is not a bounce. This is not I mean, like the momentum is not to the upside. It's very weak. So the only thing is missing here is breaking the MA55. If you see Bitcoin breaking MA55 and closing below there, in this case below 24K, yes, the next target is gonna be in the monthly basis 17K and potential break. Why? Because this is gonna be something like this, right? Something like this, a sell signal. So, yeah, my cats are crazy. Just they were jumping, and I don't know what happened there, but never mind. So the thing here is that is my criteria by the end of the year. But Bitcoin is gonna stay in. I mean, in the most bullish scenario right now, it is thinking this is consolidation. So even with the sell signal here in monthly, right? Bitcoin shouldn't make a new a new low. So it should be here, just in sideways here, sideways holding here. Yeah. The next criteria is breaking, and not just breaking in $15,000, 17, sorry, is closing at least a weekly candle closing below there. And yes, after that, we can start looking for maybe 10K or whatever. But honestly, right now, the momentum is not, I mean, the setup right now I have right now in weekly basis is not the best for peers. I mean, thinking that 10K, 12K, I don't think so. Why? Because this, formally speaking here, we will have a buy signal in the next 2 months, as you can see here. So that's why I'm looking for longs instead of shorts. For example, with this drop, if Bitcoin actually is here, the momentum is here, or the hill is huge like this one, yes, I will start looking for a big drop. But in this case, actually, the probabilities are more to the upside in the long term. So that's why I'm thinking what I'm doing right now is, well, I'm gonna short, yes. I wasn't short, yes. Now I close my short, perfect. Now I'm looking for a bounce. In this bounce, I'm gonna open a short, yes. If Bitcoin drops to 23, 20K, I'm happy with that. But I will not keep my short. I will just take my profits. Why? Because, as I said before, if I am right with this, we are in consolidation phase. So this could be the first wave, the second wave, right? And finally the bull run. Mhm. So if but the condition is, early wave theory is say the wave number two cannot be lower than this one. That's why it's very important Bitcoin cannot make new lows. Okay? Because you are saying 12K, 15K, again, possible, yes. Probable, actually, it's not. It's not actually. My maximum. I'm looking for 19K, 20K. Now, if Bitcoin for any reason, right, something happened, a war, whatever, right, aliens, whatever, and imagine. Let's use our imagination. Imagine just Bitcoin just drops to 10K. Yes, officially Bitcoin is gonna enter in the first bear market in the monthly. So that's why I need to respect the trend, and the trend is still to the upside. It's still to the upside, but I am very realistic, right? Very realistic. I know this price action is not the best. Bitcoin is losing steam. Mhm. I can see many YouTube channels, they are hoping for $1 million, 500K, all that kind of things, right? And it's not realistic. In this channel, always I'm trying to show you the facts in the charts, right? So that's why I'm telling you right now. It's gonna be harder for us as investors, for example, you are investing to make profits with Bitcoin. Why? Because it's getting weaker. It's losing steam. So for example, if Bitcoin crashed to maybe 20K, right? 20K here, and from here, the next bull run start, the maximum target is around maybe 75, 80K. So we are talking about your 300%. Is very good, right? 300% is very good, amazing. But if we compare the previous one, for example, this one, yes, 10,000 pound, 10,000 pound, the pump, 2,000. But when you see the charts, I actually did it many times. Bitcoin is losing steam and is doing something like this, as you can see, right? It's doing something like this. You see? It's doing something like this. So what I'm trying to say, in some point, this asset is gonna have a real bear market. Because let me fix this, because some people they say, the bear market in 2019, in the bear market in 2018, the bear market in 2015. I have bad news for you, or maybe good news, who knows? But Bitcoin has never been in a bear market. Never. Never. Bitcoin doesn't know what is a bear market. Because all the drops you saw here, yes, They are just weekly corrections. Okay, the real bear market, if we see a real bear market in the monthly basis, is going to be a multi-year bear market where Bitcoin actually will hit prices like you cannot imagine. Yeah, so that's why people who bought here in 2015, for example, all the millionaires out there, right? Like as expected, people like that, they are saying the kind of things is because actually, yes, they were so lucky and they bought here. They got involved in Bitcoin when Bitcoin was very young. I mean, volatile, right? Here and maybe here. But honestly, the price action here, I think Bitcoin, because it's losing steam, we will see a bounce, of course, yes. But this bounce is gonna be just less and less and less and less and less. And I want to show you in this live stream why. You see here, this is the volume is coming for Bitcoin since I mean all this data. Let me show you here the weekly basis. Let me see. Yes, here. If we compare the peaks of volume, you see, you see, every time in every bull market is decreasing and decreasing. You see. So if we you follow this, what is doing this? You see, we will see a bounce in the next bull market, but as you can see here, the theory behind is every time when Bitcoin is pumping to maybe 70K, 80K, whatever, you will see less volume is there. So market makers, they are just selling in the top to who? Retailers, because they believe Bitcoin will hit 500K. You see? And that's the point. I know there are many Bitcoin believers. I believe in the technology. Yes. I am a big fan of Bitcoin, honestly. Yes. But honestly, I am very realistic as well because I'm a trader. So that's why I need to know the charts. The charts, if you know how to read them, they are very clear with facts, as you can see here, right? Volume is decreasing in every bull market, right? So that is my concern. Yeah, in some point, this volume is gonna be below the center line here, and technically speaking, is when we are gonna see a very nasty phase in crypto space. Mhm. When? I don't know, maybe 2026, 2028, who knows, whatever. But if everything is okay, I will be here, right? Shorting Bitcoin for maybe 3 years. It will be, I will love it. But yeah, well, it's because I like bear markets, you know. Uh, I really believe like bear markets, they will teach you a lot, a lot. You will improve a lot your skills in the bear market. Why? Because it's like in real life, you learn more from your mistakes than your success. Right? Okay, so let's continue with Bitcoin and let's talk about with USD dominance. Let's talk about USD dominance because USD dominance is doing actually something very interesting. That's why I'm warning you right now. All this year, we will not see 40K, 50K, all that kind of things. No, it's not realistic. And the reason is this. As you can see here, my arrow is this, it's like this, you see, to the upside. And the reason is simple because finally we are gonna have, we don't have a buy signal here actually, no. But if you see the 5-day chart here, we have a buy signal here. It's gonna be strong, I don't know. But something I can tell you is the volatility. Volatility is contracting here. So this thing, of course, the resistance is here, is all this area, right? It's all this area. So now, as you can see, it was tested, perfect. But the momentum is still to the upside. As you can see here, the momentum is still to the upside. Now, in weekly basis, bulls, they still have a little bit hope here because the sell signal is still present, as you can see here. But we have exactly the same signal for Bitcoin, right? So what I'm trying to say here is like the worst scenario for Bitcoin USD dominance is just to be in sideways here. I am not expecting a crash or something like that. Actually, in the long term, this is looking more like accumulation, and potentially we could see a new high maybe by the end of the year. And potentially there, that could be the peak. I mean, the real peak for the climax for the markets, and potentially that is going to be the last chance to buy altcoins and Bitcoin. Remember, in some months, I mean, the next months, people will be extremely bearish. They will start calling for 10K, 5K, whatever. But in this channel, I'm telling you something. I am not a financial advisor for you at all, but the next drop you will see for Bitcoin, in my humble opinion, this is gonna be the last chance we will have to buy before of the next bull market, because the next bull market actually is building right now. All this price action, I said to you in January 2023, I said, hey, typically after the major move like this, a major move like this, you will see just sideways for maybe 6 7 months, 8 months. And what is happening here? Bitcoin is just boring as fuck, right? It just is sideways. Typically is the normal behavior of any asset. Okay, so that's why sideways here, and you see a drop, and the conditions, of course, as long as Bitcoin is not breaking this low about around 16 17k, everything should be fine in preparation for the next bull market. If, as I said before, Bitcoin breaks again this level, yes, we will have a 10k tested, and officially we will have the first monthly bear market for Bitcoin. Let's buy 10k, it's cheap. Uh, the problem buying a 10k is not gonna be the same buying a 10k Bitcoin. Why? Because you could buy when finally Bitcoin is in downtrend in the monthly. You see, that is the problem. So you wanna buy cheap when, of course, the asset is actually still in uptrend, right? It's still in uptrend. That's the point. So for example, here in the monthly here, you see here, Bitcoin drop from 20k to 20k, from 20k to for $3,000. Yes, but as you can see here, is an uptrend. Testing the MI55 here, and after that bounce. You see, it's still about the MI55 here, from 14k to 4k. Yes, but the candle closed about the MI55, so the trend is your friend. Respect the trend, and it's to the upside. And now here, Bitcoin broke for first time the MI55. Now is trying to break, because it's not breaking, it's trying to break the MI55 here, and it's gonna test again the MI55. How many times you saw this pattern here? No, it's the first time Bitcoin is printing this pattern, and that means Bitcoin is doing something new, something that people they are not expecting. So that's why I'm very happy. Yes, because you know what, I can short, but you believe, I'm Bitcoin believer to the moon, right? I will be very careful with that. Of course, I'm not saying Bitcoin is bearish. Technically speaking, the trend is your friend, but I don't know for how many years this is gonna work. Okay, so let's continue. I'm gonna continue with the comments. Okay, thanks for the info. Um, I will tell you something. As I said before, I really believe in the technology of Bitcoin. I really believe actually Bitcoin is doing something great. Decentralization and kind of things. But one of the things, as I said before, is like I am very realistic with my technical analysis. So yes, the opportunities for Bitcoin were in 2015, 16, according to this chart. Yes, as you can see here and here, right? So the next opportunity for Bitcoin is coming, yes, but it's gonna be maybe around 2024, around something like this. Something like this. But the thing I'm trying to say is Bitcoin is losing steam. That's why. It's my only one concern. It's the only thing I'm saying. Okay, so I wanna answer a question someone asked me this weekend about altcoins. Why I don't trade altcoins too often? Why I don't go long and short with altcoins? Okay, the answer is very simple: liquidity. The first thing is liquidity. There are, for example, we see any asset, for example, let me show you Matic, for example. For example, Matic here. As you can see here, if I go to 1 hour chart, in 1 hour chart, this asset could just move 2%, 3%, and they are just 1 hour moves, 1 hour time frame moves, 2%. You can say, but it's very good. Yes, but it depends of the time. It depends of the exchange you could have some nasty weeks like this one, like this one, like this one, like this one. And even if you did your job, I mean, your technical analysis was correct, if the exchange doesn't have like enough liquidity, you will see this kind of weeks and you will get stopped. First thing. Second thing is all the altcoins, they don't have their own, how can I say that? How can I say this? They are followers. They are following Bitcoin, and that's the problem. So in order to trade altcoins, you need to understand Bitcoin first. So you have to see Bitcoin in one of your screens and see your altcoin and say, okay, is Bitcoin bullish? No, it's bearish. Okay, I have to short altcoins. You see, you are shorting as well. So why I prefer Bitcoin is because Bitcoin is more stable. Liquidity, of course, I can use uh, a decent amount of capital to trade without be worried about like being worried sorry about these kind of weeks, right? And also you must understand something. By default, altcoins, they are using leverage. Even you buy in a spot, right? Even you buy in a spot, altcoins will pump or dump 3x more than Bitcoin. For example, if Bitcoin drops just 5%, your favorite altcoin will drop maybe 15 or 20%. Mm-hmm. So that's why going in trading in futures with altcoins is very risky, because if you open a 5x position plus 3x of volatility, you're not trading a 5x, you're trading an AAX, you see? So volatility is actually very, 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 very dangerous for me. So as a trader, I have to protect my capital, right? You are here is because you are a trader, right? Your main job is not making money, is actually protecting your capital, minimizing your losses. And eventually you will make profits. If you focus more in your losses, minimizing your losses instead of how much money I'm gonna make today, you will realize that eventually you will make more. Mm-hmm. I know this kind of way of thinking is not common because the main goal here is to make money, right? Yes, but one thing is making money, another thing is keeping that money. That is the difference. It's, for example, you reach some success, some level of success. Congratulations, you did it. Yes. But now the second challenge is how to keep it. It's the same thing with trading. You make, for example, $2,000, $5,000. Perfect. Congratulations. Now, how you can keep it? Because how many times happened to you like, I made $2,000. Very good. And after 2 weeks, you lost them. Why? Because you have poor risk management. You see? So that is the idea. You have all the profits you are making right now. Perfect. Congratulations. But you need to learn how to keep them. Keep them. That's the point. Okay. Okay, guys, I think that's it. Altcoins. I will not show altcoins anything because altcoins, they are not healthy. That doesn't there is no point to show you altcoins. They are just a sell. Now, the only one I'm gonna show you here is the SP500. The SP500 here, as you can see here, we have this drop. Okay, my chart is nasty, but you can see this arrow is to the downside. You see, it's to the downside. As you can see here, it said, hey, AB55 to be tested. Perfect. Okay, good. Now, shorts. No, 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 no. We have to respect the trend, and the trend is to the upside. As you can see here, testing 55 to the upside. Testing 55 here, this area to the upside. That is gonna be the only one direction now. If you wanna see reversals, it's very simple. SP500 must break them in this area, break like this, same as Bitcoin, and that is gonna be reversal. Bounce here, and after that, keep falling. My target for me is around 4,000 in the long term. And why? Because one of the reasons why I said I am not bullish anymore in the markets in general, I mean, I do not like new highs and these kind of things, is because we have a sell signal ADX negative here and we have volatility contracting here. So all the year, the markets, stock market, Bitcoin, all the year will not be bullish. It's actually the projection for all of them is bearish and downside. So the target here from SP500 is around this area. It's around this area. Okay. Okay, guys, I think that's it. That's it for today. That's it for today. Thank you for watching the live stream and see you in the next one. Okay. Have a good day.